welcome back to my favorite channel. Okay guys, right now I want to say about why do so many rental property owners fail? When talking to people about becoming a rental property investors, the most common excuse I hear is, but I don't want to fix toilets at 2 in the morning. Really? Let me just clear up this my right now. The only landlords fixing toilets at 2 in the morning are those who are not managing their properties effectively. They are running their business like a hobby rather than a business. Only once in my decade of investing in real estate have I woken up in the middle of the night to handle an emergency, and lo and behold, it wasn't actually an emergency. Yes, things happen in the middle of the night, but 99% of them can be fixed during business hours, and for the 1% of instance when you do face a middle of the night emergency, there are people who can be called, usually a plumber. I don't wake up at 2 in the morning to fix toilets, and you shouldn't have to either. As I've said several times so far, you have the power to set up your business the way you want it. So don't create a business where the 2 a.m. toilet fix is even a possibility. The 2 a.m. toilet story that everyone seems to talk about is not something that really even happens, but it is an excuse that millions of broke people have used to stay broke, saying, but I don't want to fix toilets at 2 a.m. It's much easier than saying, I don't want to invest my time and energy into an opportunity that will help me gain financial independence. Which kind of person are you? Why do so many rental property owners fail? They started investing in real estate uh, 30 years ago with so much hope for their future. A rental house here, a duplex there, and so on. They had a rental portfolio that would make anyone proud. They actively managed their properties and worked to make sure they were operating at peak efficiency. Then, several years ago, the husband and wife both retired from their day's jobs and intro into retirement funded by their rental income and social security. This year, they are filing bankruptcy and losing a majority of their properties to foreclosure. Sadly, this is not a made-up example. This is the story of one of my friend's parents, and they are not alone. In fact, 95% of the units I've purchased have been foreclosures that belonged to landlords who failed and lost their properties to the bank. Most of these people I work with will never again be active in real estate investing. They worked hard for years to build a financial future for themselves, only to see it come tragically crashing down around them, dashing any hopes for lasting wealth creation. This begs the question, why, if real estate is a good investment, as will all on bigger pockets make it out to be, why do so many real estate investors fail? Perhaps more importantly, how do you avoid this possibility in your own life? This question that has been swimming around in my mind for the some time now. Each week on the Bigger Pockets podcast, I ask our guests, what is it? What what is it that sets successful investors apart from those who fail? The answers are as diverse as the personalities of the guests with whom we've spoken. So, what is this? I'm intrigued by this idea and scared that I may end up the same way. After all, as Mark Cuban famously said, everyone's a genius in a bull market. Is that what real estate is? Do some people simply get lucky while others don't? Let's look at some of the possible reasons rental property investors go broke and explore the things you can do to protect yourself. Too much risk. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room, risk. Risk is inherent in every investment there is. After all, you know the price, more risk, more reward. However, there is obviously a tipping point at which the risk becomes too great, as my friend's parents discovered. Perhaps it's overleveraging properties by obtaining too many low-down deals that weren't deals after all. Or maybe it's trying to buy too many properties too fast. Maybe it's constant refinancing of the properties, pulling out all the equity and investing it in more and more deals. Whatever the reason for the bankruptcy, the risk clearly became too great and this investor lost. As rock and roll, Nick Cave sang, if you're gonna dine with them cannibals, sooner or later, darling, you're gonna get eaten. So, how might someone prevent this? Avoid risk altogether? Invest only in 100% safe deals? Of course not. Risk is required for entrepreneurs, but learning to navigate that risk will define your success. Like a team of white weather rafters braving the wild waves, you can always see what the future holds, where the rocks hide just below the surface, or when the next waterfall will appear. However, by having the right people in the boat with you, keeping an eye out for potential dangers, working to avoid potential problem areas, and wearing the proper life jacket, you can avoid a premature death. I caution any reading this chapter, including me, to think of risk as a dangerous but powerful tool, and to never forget that this tool cuts both ways. Okay guys, until here first for today. See you in the next video. Bye bye.